Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely sometimes, you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, Let's fight for millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. One that made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn to develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give insight away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta do, I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No one can support you, don't leave me that's young. We got to leave it all with all. No, I love you.
Are you
Great job.
Yay.
Oh my God.
Cancer is killing, millions and millions of people. Me and my team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. days. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet. And nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's only what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. For much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to the children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm aces. Learn and develop patience. Determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving. They changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people. Jabbing in competition. Back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give in some way. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's only what you do. Some things you gotta do. I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. So we're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No one can support children leaving hearts and young. We've got to keep it open. No, I love you.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up? Y'all know Fred about to be in rare form tonight. What up, JP? Every JQ, BBW lover. Amen to that shit. You know what I mean? Shit, they take their time. You know what I mean? Big homie Coop. You know what I mean? What's up, Menzies, Birdman, Keno, Freddie? What's up, man? Supreme, Adolfo. Reeks with fire, man. Appreciate you. Carlos, big homie, H. Sneed. What's up, Michael? Birdman, Mr. Gabe. I appreciate y'all for coming in here. Hey, Chris Lane, D. Patton, Victor, Benjamin. I appreciate it. Kevin Gates in the building. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you guys coming in here, man. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, man. So go get checks. Did I pin it? Oh shit, I forgot to pin it. Anyways, man, go get checks and balances, man. I appreciate you guys. And how do I Oh yeah, do it like this. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming in, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, man. Oh man. Yo. Oh man, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming in here again. Don't forget checks and balances. Go check it out. And I appreciate you guys coming in here. Anyways, man, my reaction to the card before we jump into what's up, Young Murray, before we jump into everything, I thought it was a good card. I really did. I didn't watch the first one. I kind of chimed in on the Tony Harrison fight. You know what I mean? And um I thought Tony Harrison looked like the best fighter in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked fresh. He looked rejuvenated. The Garcia kid, honestly, I believe that Garcia kid thought it was gonna be an easy fight for him. You know, it looked like he walked in with a big bravado. And Tony Harrison did a great job at giving him a false sense of courage. And Tony Harrison was great last night, dog. Tony Harrison was great. And I'm glad he's back. I know everyone was rooting for him. Even if you're rooting for Garcia, you know, you're still rooting for Tony Harrison a little bit after all that he went through. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he was great. And I'm interested to see who they match him up with next. You know what I mean? Because it's funny when you look at the landscape of it. Tony has been off for a year, but the guy he fought literally just fought what, 4 or 5 months ago. And Lubin fought the same, his opponent who's Lubin coming off of a June fight. This is April, so about 10-month layoff. It's real interesting how they get matched up. If you guys really, really pay attention, it's real interesting how they're getting matched up. And Tony versus Fundora, I'm thinking they may go Zoo. I think they may go Zoo. I think they may go Tim Zoo. They may go Tim Zoo, the winner of Charlo versus who's Charlo fighting? What the fuck is his name? What the hell is his name? Charlo versus who? Anyways, y'all know who he's fighting. Y'all know who he's fighting. And I think they may go Tim Zoo because Tim Zoo has I think he has a market. I think he has a market share. And I think they're gonna leave Fundora to fight for Castano. I think they're gonna leave Fundora to fight for a vacant belt. That's what I believe. And then he's gonna grab a vacant belt. And then Spence is gonna fight for a vacant belt if he doesn't fight Crawford. And boom, there you have it. You got another big fight. You got Fundora versus Earl at 154. Especially if Jamel moves up. I think that as soon as Jamel relinquished the belts, Fundora will go grab one. 100%. I think that's the play. And also before we move forward with the show, because I already know where we're going. We about to go to hell real fast. Shout out to Erickson and Lubin. And his team. Hell of a fight. Hell of a 9 rounds. And honestly, I wasn't scoring the fight. What's up, Mr. Henderson? Tony should have put him out. He had a chance. But when you up 9 rounds, you know what I mean? It's and coming where you come from, you're gonna take that victory. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, he definitely could have stopped him. He could have put his foot on the gas. But I thought it was a great 9 rounds. I For real, I thought it was an excellent 9 rounds. I thought that Lubin performed great. I think that for whatever it's worth, he has nothing to hang his hat off, hang his hat off on, whatever the term is. And all we can do is ask that he heals, because that's a lot of damage. You know what I mean? That's a lot of damage that he went through. And I root for him to heal up. I thought it was a good stoppage. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're training a kid and his face is literally morphing worse and worse and worse, it's nothing you can do. It's literally nothing you can do. And it is what it is, man. And I wish him a speedy recovery. The only alternative you can say, but this is us talking. You say, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. You throw your best 30-second punches, and if you don't knock them out, I'm throwing in the towel. But we're not in that battle. You understand what I'm saying? We're not in that corner. So when your fighter keeps on coming back to you, and he's worse, and that motherfucker getting stronger and stronger, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's getting stronger and stronger. Mr. Henderson, man, I appreciate you coming back to the shop, man. Thank you, dog. And I hope Tony got a sponsorship with those buffs. Hey, yeah, Tony always working, son, and I'm glad he's back. Boxing needs him. Boxing definitely needs him. And as I said, you can't go wrong. Al Heyman can't go wrong with 154 and 122. You can't go wrong with those. Genuinely can't go wrong with those divisions. I think Al Heyman got 122 and 154 on the lock. 154 could be a co-main event at every fight. Every fight, it could be a co-main event. What's up, Dre's Finest? When you don't listen to your corner, you get a Lubin. Whew. Yeah. And I'll say this. If you guys ever been in the ring when you're tired, by the 9th round, you know your dimensions of your opponent, right? 8th round, whatever, 6th round, you understand like his gait. And what I mean by his gait, like how long does it take for him to get to you? How long does it take for him to cut off the ring and all that? Because both of you guys are getting tired. But when you're in a 20 by 20 ring, what was it? 18 by, was it 20 by 20 yesterday? That motherfucker gets longer and longer and longer, and it's just tough, man. It's tough. And he has leverage, 80-inch arm reach. You know what I mean? 80-inch arm reach. I genuinely think, hold on, let me take this call.
beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, 'cause I know life took a hold of me. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games can play, can't take it personal. 'Cause the devil is a liar.
See the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey. All right, I'm back, man. That was all right. I just think that let me go through this. Now let's jump. Fuck it, man. Congratulations to everybody. Lubin, feel better. Let's talk about the fight. I thought it was a great card. I'm not criticizing the card. I told you I was looking forward to this fight. I thought it was a hell of a fight. It's definitely the leading fight of the year, but it's, according to my eyes, it's fight of the year. You already know. You already know. Yeah. It did amazing how I do my show and they say, Fred, I know you're on, but I got to give you this information so it can add to your show. So, you know what I mean? So, but the point I want to make is Fundora is 6'6", 154 pounds, right? He weighed in at 152 pounds. No drug testing. And he wouldn't take his left glove off. Go back and watch the film. There's something fishy about that. There's something real fishy about, because if you look at, he didn't have drug testing when he was in LA. I believe I told you guys that 5 months ago. He did not have drug testing for the Sergio Garcia fight. And 2, he confirmed that. I watched the interview on the Boxing Voice today. He confirmed that on the Boxing Voice today, that he didn't do drug testing the last 2 fights. And he said he hasn't had drug testing since, I don't know when, but he hasn't had drug testing in a while. Now, the reason why that is important is Samson is basically a house promoter. And what I mean by house promoter is him and Louis DeCoupas are basically the promoters of PBC. Tom Brown is the logistics guy, and he may do some undercard matchmaking. But I would say the co-main and the main event is basically Al Heyman, right? And I genuinely believe that Samson has a lot of power. Has a lot of power as it pertains to what's going on at PBC. Case in point, that same interview I just spoke of, when they mentioned Terrence Crawford, they said that he said there's no chance Terrence Crawford is signing with PBC. No chance. No one wants him. He shouldn't have sued Bob Arum. It was wrong for him to sue Bob Arum. Bob Arum basically made him a lot of money. Basically the same thing he said in my interview. And then he went on to say, I know he's not worth it. He's not worth the time that I'm spending with you. You understand what I'm saying? So I genuinely believe that because there was no testing, Lubin's face, that's not normal, y'all. I don't know what boxing you guys watch, but what we saw last night was not normal. And I know people gonna come here and say, y'all can say what the fuck you want to say. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all, fuck your beliefs. I don't care. I know what I saw last night. And what I saw last night was not natural. Fundora just woke up with power. I've never seen that before. Like, I mean, Margarito, and we all know what happened. And we all know what happened with Margarito. But the fact that Fundora just kept on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And when Lubin and in the 7th round, when they came out for the 8th round, it was like Fundora didn't get knocked out, didn't get knocked down. You know what I mean? Like I just think, oh man. What's up, Jason? All you, Jason. Jay, oh, you on mute.
Oh, Fundora.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, Fundora was on drugs, but y'all put a blind eye on when Shakur Stevenson and all the rest of them do it, because Shakur Stevenson all of a sudden stopped Jamel Herring, and he couldn't do it to JoJo Diaz and the rest of them.
I don't think he fought JoJo Diaz, but
or Joet Gonzalez, whatever his name is.
Joet Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference in last night's, and
it is a difference, but you could tell that he take drugs too. A lot of these fighters take drugs, and y'all put a blind eye to it.
I'm gonna vehemently disagree with you. There was what we saw last night is not normal. A broken jaw, a broken nose.
It wasn't normal, Fred, but
that's not normal, man. The fact that a guy can get knocked down, come back in the 8th round and act like nothing happened. No, man, it's I don't see it. I'm not with I don't grasp that at all. I think what we saw is an extreme case of knowing what you have.
Bro, I think his gloves was loaded too. I'm not gonna lie.
I think, and no drug testing. We'll never know.
It's like he was getting stronger as the fight kept going on. I'm not gonna lie. Like when he got knocked down, he shot at least like 20 punches in a row after he got knocked down.
Now that can happen. Fighters do get strong. I mean, like moderately stronger, but
Fred, Lubin was hitting him with so much clean shots, right?
I'm with you on. I saw it.
What he did to Jason Rosario was out with the shots Lubin was hitting him with.
Right.
Fred, he would have been out, and then Fundora didn't do that to his last opponent. That's what I keep telling y'all, bro. He did not do that to his last opponent. This shit is common sense. Why didn't he break his last opponent's face like that? His last opponent was dirt. That's what I keep saying, bro. I'm telling you, man. You got to pay attention to this shit, bro. A lot of these fighters on steroids, man. But his shits had to be loaded, though, bro. Because I could not recognize Lubin last night. I'm not going to lie. That's all I had to say, Fred.
Appreciate you. I've never seen a Fundora opponent. I've never seen a Fundora opponent look like that. You know, I mean, feel free to call in. It's hey, what's up, 925?
Yo, Fred, how you doing?
Hey, good. What you got?
You said you knew it? Nah, I knew it. I feel like it was kind of unfair leading up to the fight, how you said that Fundora had no chance. And you got proven wrong once again.
I did.
You know, stylistically, it was going to be a hard fight for Lubin because, you know, recently he's been fighting more in close, like in range. And that plays into Fundora's style. As far as the drug testing, I feel like it should be body testing should always be in fights every time, no excuses. And as far as that not happening, I just feel like we can't really assume because there's no way to prove it. I mean, it was bad. I mean, I feel bad for Lubin, but the whole point that I'm trying to say is you got to give fighters a fair chance before the fight happens. I don't know if you know Lubin personally, but to put Fundora in a way where he has no chance, I think was very disrespectful, and you got proven wrong very badly. And just, yeah, I mean, and regarding drug testing, that Spence and Ugas, they're not having any drug testing. But
I'm listening to you.
And I feel like it's important that we should raise awareness for that is because Ugas works with someone named Memo Heredia. And if you just look him up, he has a long track history of supplying PEDs. So I feel like that's something you're not promoting or not putting out there. And I think it's very important because, you know, it's a dangerous sport. But that's all I got to say for that. All love. You know, I'm a big fan of your channel. I just wanted to call in.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And if you follow me on Instagram, I did 3 or 4 stories on that. So feel free. President Yafor, Fundora struggled in his last fight against Garcia. Where did the power come from? That's where I'm at. Where did the power come from? 252, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? Appreciate you, President Yafor. What's up?
Yo, I'm just gonna take a little bit of your time, but I'm gonna talk about the Lubin fight. Now, you know, I had picked Lubin too to win in that. And last night I was looking at 4 fights at the same time, but it was like 4 cards on at the same time. And so you had Lubin, Fundora, you had Garcia card on, and I'm gonna talk about that too, about gloves and stuff. You had the Mayor fight was on, you had the UFC on. And I'm like, yo, but I agree with you about the drug testing. Drug testing should be mandatory across the board, every major fight, every fight, period. I mean, but another thing too is that the gloves, man. I mean, do you thought? Because I've never used a pair of rival gloves. That's what Fundora was using, and I'm not saying his gloves wasn't loaded, but I've never used rival gloves. But I noticed something in the Shane Mosley Jr. and Rosado fight. Shane Mosley Jr. is not known to have power like that. He was knocking Rosario all across the ring. I'm like, yo, he's like beating this guy, like beating him worse than what Munguia did. And he was wearing title boxing gloves. And I don't know if you've ever had on a pair of title boxing gloves, but I had bought some, and the title boxing gloves I had, man, it was hard as brick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like being hit with a brick, yo. And the only other glove that I know was like that was the ringside gloves they used to use in the Tuesday night fights back in the 90s. So I'm like, why do fighters wear different gloves? Why isn't there like a one set glove that everybody should use across the board? You know? Well, why is that?
That's a good question. It's a good question. I think that question is higher than my pay rate. But I mean, there are sponsorships involved. There's a whole lot of money involved in the glove market. It's kind of like the alcohol market, you know.
And the thing about sponsorships, who's to say that if you're sponsoring a glove, and sometimes glove companies, they make the gloves specifically for the fighter, who's to say they're unloading the gloves themselves? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For they're not loading the gloves themselves for the fighter that they're sponsoring. Who's to say that they're not doing that? I mean, we don't know. You know, because the same with Roy Jones. Roy Jones fought what's his name? John Ruiz at heavyweight. They wouldn't let him use the gloves he wanted to use that matched his outfit. They told him they're like, no, you can't use those. You know, I don't know if you remember that. But you know, like I said, we don't know what's going on in gloves, man, because like I looked at a review of the rival gloves immediately following that, and the guy reviewed it. I'm like, yo, those gloves look hard, like the guy was reviewing them. I'm like, yo, they remind me of the ringside gloves. So you never know the ringside of the title gloves. You never know. I just think there should be a set glove.
But there's no commission though. So yeah. There's no worldwide commission, so there can't be no uniformity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
There's 50 commissions in 50 states. So I think that it would have to be an oversight committee, and no promoter wants an oversight committee. No one.
Nah, yeah, I agree.
They like their own little universe that they're building, you know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm about to get out. But I'm not saying you're wrong by him having overloaded. But I'm not saying that you're wrong. But I do find it strange too that he was causing that much damage when he's not known as a puncher like that. And the same thing with Shane Mosley Jr. The way he was beating on Rosado last night, man. Rosado, man, he was hurting this guy, knocking him all over. I'm like, yo, where did Mosley get this power from? But you never know, man. Yo, it is what it is, man. Yeah, but that's my time, man. Good. I hope you have a great show tonight, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah. The only two fights I saw yesterday was Tony Harrison and the Lubin fight. I was gun ho on those two fights. I thought it was a good card, you know, but I just think it leaves too much to question when you don't have drug testing in a title eliminator fight. When it's a title eliminator fight as a main event on a major network, there's money for testing. And I genuinely believe the promoters and the network needs to foot the bill for the testing. The testing shouldn't come out of the fighter's pocket. It should be a part of their insurance package for fighting. It should be a part of the sanctioning bodies. It should be a part of the commission. You know, wherever they fight, they do so many fights in Vegas. They should have they should have like a how you say it, like a standard. I mean, Vegas, New York, and LA, those are like where the main fights are. Now Texas, right? Those 4 places. And it should be some type of uniformity as it pertains to the cost of this. And it's not adding up to me. It's definitely not adding up to me. What Sean said. You don't believe innocent till proven guilty? Yeah, I said I believe. I didn't say he was. I said I believe. I appreciate it though. What's up, D-Dub?
What's going on, Fred? What's going on, man?
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Great night of fights last night.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my guy Aljamain Sterling, the Funk Master, retaining his title in the UFC last night, man. Great bunch of fights last night. Great cards. I agree and disagree with you on the Lubin thing. And here's why. Personally, I had Lubin up. I had him up 5-4 when they stopped that fight. You know, and you can ask Kyle and the guys, you know, we had a little group chat going. I lost my mind when Kevin Cunningham stopped that fight. It's like, man, he's winning the fight. What are y'all doing? Because we're not good, even though most of Lubin's damage we could see on his face. Fred, the man, ate 200 or 300 uppercuts to the same spot. Coach Cunningham kept begging him, look, hit him to the body and turn. He stayed in the pocket. And man, listen, if somebody keep hitting you in the same spot, you're going to swell up. His nose broke, and he did a cardinal sin, which is you don't blow out of your nose when you start swelling. Any fighter will tell you that. You never blow out your nose. You never try to blow your nose, and that's what made the swelling even worse. But Coach Cunningham kept telling him, stop staying in the pocket. You got to turn. Hit him in the body and turn him. I guarantee you, Fundora has a broken rib, and he's pissing blood today because Lubin hit him with some shit last night. Now, I gotta commend Lubin on his chin because I think he answered that question last night. A lot of people questioned his chin coming into this fight, and I picked him. I thought he was going to dominate Fundora, to be honest. And he hit him with a lot of good body work last night, and I felt like you know, it was a couple times he made Fundora's knees lock. You know what I mean? So we gotta just admit some things about Fundora. He's got more dog in him than I thought he did. He's a little more and you know, some fighters do get stronger. Some fighters do have high output. Now, I don't understand why there was no drug testing. I don't care if you're the lowest fighter on the card. Everybody in the UFC gets drug tested. Some people get drug tested more than others, but I promise you, everybody gets drug tested. If you're on the UFC roster, you're in what they call the USADA testing pool. Everybody gets tested. If you're on the roster, everybody. Don't matter if you're the lowest of the lowest or the champions. Everybody gets tested. I don't understand how anybody can sanction a fight without anybody getting tested. But with that being said, I'm all for what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Lubin didn't get tested either. You understand what I'm saying? So, we can't insinuate that Fundora's on something, because then we'd have to say, well, what was Lubin on? Why was Lubin able to eat 300 uppercuts and not fall? See what I'm saying? So I really don't want to do that until somebody tests positive. And for the caller earlier talking about, oh, where does Shakur's knockout power come from? Well, Shakur's had 17 fights and got 9 knockouts. He didn't knock Jamel Herring down. He whooped his ass and the referee stopped the fight. That was a thorough ass whooping and the referee stopped the fight. Fundora's got 20 fights, 13 knockouts. 3 out of his last 4 opponents, he knocked out before Lubin last night. He knocked out Nathaniel Gallimore, who also beat Rosario, and Lubin also beat him. So Fundora's got some knockouts, man. He's got some thump in his punches. I'm not gonna sit here and say the man's gloves was loaded, and we went through all that with Wilder and Fury, man. I really don't want to go through that again. I just want to give Fundora his credit. I want to give Lubin his credit. Shout out to Tony Harrison. I gave him a mulligan for that last fight. That was his first fight without his father and his trainer last April. I gave him a mulligan for that one, and he showed up last night. That was the Tony Harrison that beat Charlo last night. That Tony Harrison is a problem. So, and he beat him worse than Fundora beat him. To me, he didn't win a round. Garcia didn't win a round last night, in my opinion. I cared nothing about Ryan Garcia's fight last night. I put him on the back burner. I watched it this morning. It'd have been nice to see him fight somebody who actually wanted to fight, because Tago just showed up for a check. It was clear as soon as they rung that first bell, he put his skates on. And, my opinion about Ryan still hasn't changed. I still want to see him fight somebody who's going to bite down on their mouthpiece and actually fight him. Put him in there with Fortuna or JoJo or Leonardis. I think Leonardis will fight him, but I think Leonardis shot now. I think he got knocked out in his last fight. So, but yeah, I still want to see that Fortuna fight. So put him in there with somebody who's going to actually fight him, and not somebody who's just going to show up for a paycheck and run for 12 rounds or 10 rounds, however long the fucking fight was. It was a garbage fight, like I thought it was. I cared nothing about Shane Mosley Jr. and Gabriel Rosado. Cared nothing about that fight. But Lil G. Listen, man. Lil G looked 40. And Murata looked like he was coming off of a 2-year layoff. He came out of the gates fast, and he was putting something on Triple G ass. Excuse me, Lil G, as Andre Ward used to call him. Lil G. He was putting something on his ass for the first 5 rounds, and all of a sudden, Lil G woke up and proceeded to whoop his ass. But you put him in there with Cinnamon right now, or you put him in there with Jaime Munguia, or you put him in there with Charlo, Lil G getting that ass whooped thoroughly. He looked 40. And Murata looked like he was coming off a 2-year layoff, like I just said. But, yeah, once again, man, shout out to Aljamain Sterling, proving all the doubters wrong. Everybody said everything bad about the kid, like he ain't the champion. You even had some people saying that he lost the fight. I don't understand when he landed more strikes in the first round and clearly dominated rounds 2 and 3. Now, he clearly lost rounds 4 and 5, but the fight was already won by that time. So, that is what it is, man. But it was a great night of fights. Can't wait till next weekend. I'm going to be in the building. Can't wait to see Errol get his 3rd belt. And hopefully we get this undisputed fight around Halloween, man. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good to get. Hopefully we get Terrence Crawford and obviously Errol Spence next.
Terrence Crawford, please sign that 2-fight deal with PBC, and both fights can be Errol. In a perfect world, but that makes too much sense for boxing. Mm-hmm. Boxing going to outthink itself. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, that's all I had for you tonight, Fred.
Appreciate you. I didn't watch none of those fights, so I can't comment on them. So.
But yeah, man, Lubin ate 300 uppercuts to the face, man. That's what it's gonna look like.
Nah. I vehemently disagree with you.
I got you.
That's not human, man. What I saw last night is not normal.
Shit, a 6'6", 154 pounder ain't normal.
well, I mean, he had 18 tries to do it. He didn't do it. Was that his 19th fight, 18th fight? The next time we see a face by Lubin, I'll be here. we'll have this discussion.
And the next time he hits somebody with 300 uppercuts to the face, I want to know. I want to see what their face look like.
Now they all wasn't clean. They
I
all
got
wasn't,
you. I got
they
you.
all wasn't clean, but
Like I said, we gonna disagree on that one,
Sure,
but it's
sure.
cool, man. It's all love though.
sure, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Appreciate you. Thanks,
Mhm.
DJ. All the time, dog. That's not normal to me, dog. It's not normal. It's not normal. Roy Jones used to hit people with 30 uppercuts a fight. It's not normal, man. What I saw last night wasn't normal. Lubin's reaction is not normal. His body, what it looked like, to me, is not normal. You guys may think it's normal, and I know Lubin is not the most popular fighter in the world, so no one is willing to even have this conversation. So I understand that. So everyone's gonna hold their water for a little bit. What's up, man?
What's up, Fred?
How you feel? How you feel? Tell me your thoughts.
Man, look, shout out to Fundora, man. He proved me wrong. He proved you wrong. He shut us up, man.
Yeah.
That give him his flowers, that give him his garden, his roses, whatever, man. A hell of a performance. I never seen a guy that's 6'7" that could be, fight officially 154. I mean, this dude is literally an alien. He's an xenomorph. I mean, what can you do against a guy who his bread and butter is on the inside? The best thing you can do is outbox him. You can't fight him on the inside. There's just no way. That's his bread and butter. And he throws fast punches. They ain't slow as hell. They're not really telegraphed. They're fast, and he throws about 4 to 5 combinations. Look, man, Lubin, man, he didn't listen to Coach Cunningham. Cunningham's a great trainer, and he told him what he needs to do. Fight hard body shots and step over and pivot, just like J-Rock did to Jarrett Hurd. People forget, when J-Rock and Jarrett Hurd was mentioned as a fight, everyone thought Jarrett Hurd was going to destroy him. Easy. Maybe 4 rounds or less. But guess what? J-Rock did the unthinkable. He outfought Jarrett Hurd on the inside, mainly by pivoting, giving him angles. And Lubin didn't do that. He didn't do it. I think he might have been concussed from that second round knockdown, and he just couldn't gather himself. So that was a hard knockdown.
Right.
He hit a hard uppercut, and maybe what Mike Tyson said, you get hit with a good punch, all the game plans, the strategy goes out the window.
Right.
So, but credit to Lubin, man. He took a beating that most of us couldn't even fathom, couldn't even think of. He's up there with Deontay Wilder, guys who got more heart than a lot of people couldn't even imagine. He's a fighter's fighter. He might not be the same after this, right? I mean, he's 26, but mentally, he might not be the same. Physically, he can heal and whatnot, but he's going to be out for the rest of the year for sure. For sure. He's got to listen to Cunningham, man. He's got to trust his corner, his coach. You got to listen. This guy's been in world championship level fights for how long? You got to trust this man. You got to let go and trust, because Fundora said it before the fight. He enjoys breaking faces. He enjoys beating up guys. He enjoys it. And that's what you have to contend with. Guys who's going to keep pouring it on. Fundora's a problem. He learned yesterday. He is a problem. He's a problem for Jamel. I see people saying Jamel Charles will knock him out. How long is Jamel Charles gonna rely on that punching power? How long? We saw with Castagna didn't serve him too well. Let's be honest. How long do you rely on knockout power except for skills? You got to have skills, man. Jamonte Clark showed to beat Fundora you need skills. You got to use footwork. You got to feel on the outside, because I think they say he can't see from distance.
Yeah,
he can't see from distance.
He has impaired vision. Yeah.
So you got to take advantage. You got to get him reaching way above his reach. Where he's an 80-inch reach. You need to get him to reach at 81 or 82, then come in and land. You know what Sergio Martinez did to Paul Williams? Something like that. And I thought that's what Lubin was going to do. I thought he's going to have him reaching, keep overreaching, keep reaching, and then catch him with an overhand and put him to sleep. But he stood right there from the get-go with Fundora. And, I ask you, Fred, how good is Lubin's inside game? I've never seen him on the inside. Never. not just Terrell Garcia, not just Charlo, Ishe Smith, even Rosario, you know. But yeah, man, Sonya and Jamil Charles gonna have a lot of problems with this guy because they're gonna have to keep him at the distance. If he gets on inside, I'm sorry, Jamil Charlo is not the best inside fighter. He's not. I don't care what y'all say. He's not. Castagne was a better inside fighter than Jamil Charlo. Even he might get eaten up. So, I mean, what do you think, Fred? I mean, I know you said that he's got loaded gloves. I don't think he has loaded gloves because Kevin Cunningham's a great trainer. I think he would catch that. I think he would see that, and he would call out on it. He's very on point. He's a strict guy, no nonsense. As far as the drug testing, it's boxing. Back in the 30s and the 50s and the 60s, they didn't have drug testing. They didn't have
and the mob
drug
controlled
testing,
boxing.
Huh?
And the mob controlled boxing.
Yeah, but still, that's no excuse. They didn't have drug testing. Some of our greats, I'm not saying they were dirty, but they didn't have drug testing. So I would say, hey, man, if you know you find an opponent, you're not being drug tested, do what you got to do for it. That's all I'm saying. Your life is on the line. Your life is on the line. Do what you got to do. I don't like it, but it's fucking sucks. Boxing is very corrupt. It's very corrupt. In the last 4 or 5 years, we see how corrupt it is in our very face. It's unfortunate, but Lubin might not be the same, man. I like that kid, but he chose that fighting style. He said he wanted to make it a war in respect to Marvin Hagler, and he paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
He paid for it, man.
Right.
And if Jamel Charlo or Castagne try to get in the war with this guy, they might get it worse or the same as Lubin did. I'm sorry. They might. But hey, Fred.
Yes.
Somebody need to get. Maybe you could do it. Maybe I'm gonna do it. Somebody need to make a 154 tape of all the great fights we've had in the last 4 to 5 years. I think we're in the middle of a golden age of the junior super welterweights. What do you think?
It's definitely a very, very good division. I would have to sit and think about that, but definitely it's a hell of a division. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Just list the name of the fighters that put on great fights, man. Lara did, Jamel, Castaño, Harrison, J-Rock, Hurd. You got Castaño now. Tim Tszú's in the conversation. Terrell Garcia, I guess, somewhat. Lubin. Now Fundora. I mean, Jesus. And they can all fight each other in the next 5 years. The next 5 years, they're all in their prime. They're all around the age where they're not past it. To PBC, man, if you're listening, please make a tournament. Make it an official tournament,
need to.
man.
Especially when the belts go vacant. It's because the belts are, I'm not sure how long Charlo going to stay at 54, but it's already set. Not Castano. Fundora is getting the belt. He's getting the WBC. He's getting the crack at the WBC as soon as Charlo moves up. You know, so
for sure, because I know they said the IBF mandatory is actually first, but I know they're gonna keep giving that man sidestep money. I know for sure politics is gonna come in play. They're gonna keep giving that guy sidestep money, and it's gonna be between Tim Tszú and Fundora who gets the call first. I wonder who's gonna get the call.
I think Tim Tszú will get it.
Between those two guys,
that's a good point.
Fundora's more ready for Charlo and Castagne than Tim Tszú is.
Right. I would lean more towards. I would definitely lean more towards.
He'll easily beat those guys. It's for sure he'll beat them. Anything can happen. But he's a problem, man. That dimension, you got to fight a smart game plan. You got to fight on the outside. Just watch what Jamalte Clark did. You know, you got to. That's my call for it. Look, 154 needs to get more respect. This is the best division in boxing because guess what? They do everything we as fans want. No diva crap. No bull crap, no contract, no split talk, none of that. They just fight the best, and that's it. That's my call.
I appreciate you. I'm still like I will. All right, I know what I saw last night, man. It wasn't normal, man. What Terrence Crawford said, you make a video game and you push it all the way, you give him 99, 99, 99, 99, 99. That's basically what we saw last night, man. And the fact that he was active He done fought 6 or 7 times in the last 2 years. Lubin done fought only twice in the last 2 years. They were planning for this moment. I don't know if it was going to be Lubin or Harrison or Hurd, but they planned for this moment right here. And the fact that there has been no drug testing in his last few fights. So no drug testing follows Fundora. None. It just keeps following him. You know, and I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe. And I have the right to do that. And I'm glad that I can stand on what I believe in. I'm not steering away from this. And like Wilder said, Wilder says, you never know until it happens to you. You never know. You just don't know. And I'm gonna stand on it until I'm proven otherwise. But the fact that, I mean, I could see him getting stronger. You know, he's a young kid. He's 24, getting stronger and, you know, smarter. But God damn, to blow up somebody's face like that, I don't know. Man, so much internal, like, so every time he hit him, he was just breaking something. Yeah, no cuts. Just every time he hit him, his face just fucking indented every time he got hit, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think what he did was normal. I really don't believe what he last night I saw was normal. I think that was special. I'm gonna use the term special. And it's just what I believe. I caught it. And I nah. No, Hurd's face was swollen. Not like that though. We haven't seen nothing like that in a long time. We haven't. And maybe, you know, next week when the fighters talk about it, because everyone's going to be at the Earl Spence fight. So from Wednesday until Sunday, we're going to get a lot of conversation about this fight, right? So I'm very interested to hear what people have to say this week. Now that people had a chance to digest this fight for 2 or 3 days, they get to see what the hell is going on, see what they feel like and stuff like that. So and I'm very interested to hear what they have to say. But I mean, he literally changed his face. He changed his DNA. Like, that doesn't happen when a fight changes your whole facial DNA. Nah, you get a broken jaw, it gets swollen. But what we saw last night was different. That wasn't. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll gladly say I'm wrong, but we'll never know because there was no testing. See, I can come out here and say, oh, I think he was on something. Then the test come back and say he wasn't. But there's no drug testing. So we'll never know. We'll never, ever know. And it'll always be an asterisk to me. It will forever be an asterisk to me on this fight. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I said that. So it's 831. What's up?
How's it going, Fred?
Hey, yeah. How you doing, man?
I can't complain.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't see anything special about that fight. Fundora, the way he fought that fight is the way I've seen him fight several of his other fights. And just like I mentioned, I think last week, it did not surprise me that Lubin had some issues with him. I actually thought that he was going to. I actually thought he was going to stop Lubin. I think Lubin fought a valiant fight. I mean, he fought hard, fought a great fight, but he couldn't do anything about those uppercuts. And I kind of blame that on his coach because Fundora, that's one of his favorite shots, and it doesn't look like they did anything to prepare to defend against that uppercut. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, he landed uppercuts on him for 8-9 rounds straight. And they were solid shots. So it didn't surprise me that he ended up stopping him. But again, who knows if they had drugs? But they do have to take drug testing afterwards, right?
Yeah, but
they have to.
But by then it's gone because you got rid of it in camp.
Right. Yeah, I think Lubin fought hard, man. He has nothing to be ashamed about or hang his head about. The bottom line is that guy was just too big. He wasn't too big for Lubin. Lubin didn't exercise that range like he should have. Stayed on the outside and or got in, got his shots off, and turned him like the guy was telling him. But like his coach was telling him. But the other part of it was they had no defense for that uppercut. And I thought that was very poor preparation on the behalf of the coach, because if you look at his tapes, you look at his, the history on this guy, he throws that uppercut relentlessly. So to have no defense prepared for that, and Lubin's going in with his head down, the dude just turned his face into a monstrosity, because he didn't block any of those uppercuts. So that's how I see it. I don't know whether I feel sorry for the brother because I think he's a great fighter. He's got a lot of skills, and he's got heart, and you can't question his heart anymore. That's a fact. Right. But I think the damage that he took is like that could be that can change you. That type of damage can change. Right. Can change in regards to continuing on in that profession. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he's able to take a couple of years off, at least 18 to 24 months off, and get healed both physically and psychologically. But he took a lot of damage, and anyone who says that Cunningham didn't do the right thing stopping that fight, they're crazy, because the type of damage he took, I looked and I was worried about the guy, whether he was going to make it through the night or the next two. Someone needs to keep an eye on him and make sure he didn't die in his sleep, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? He took a lot of damage. So anyone that says that fight could have continued because he was up on the cards, your sensitivity to that type of damage is pretty much gone, because he could have died from that. He was taking some hellacious shots. But that's all. That's all. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. You're this checks and balances. Mm-hmm. Are you giving a prelim on that? Are you telling what that's about? Or you just
the trailer's coming this week.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll definitely have that for sure.
All right, appreciate it, Fred.
All right, all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the trailer's coming out this week. I'm waiting on the editor to text me back right now. 520, what's up?
What's happening with it, Fred?
Hey, what's up,
everything,
man?
Boston?
Hey, what's
happening with you?
What's up, man? Why you didn't beam in?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Oh man, I ain't even seen no beam in.
Oh, okay, what's up? Tell me your
but
thoughts.
But I'm gonna make it quick. 'Cause I got the kids right here.
Okay.
But man, so when I'm watching the fight last night, I'm watching it and I said, man, this motherfucker look like he owns some shit, But I'm not gonna get in deep into that. I'm gonna get deep into it tomorrow on the show. But that's what I said in my head. I was like, man, he looked like he owns some shit. But I hear everybody like, oh man, Lubin, he should have did this and he should have did that. And yeah, Kevin Cunningham was telling him the perfect instructions, right? You need to be pivoting and turning on him. But the thing is, everybody got the answer, but ain't none of these niggas been in the ring with somebody that's 6'7", got a damn 90-inch reach, and that can fight on the inside like that and generate the power that he has. People gotta understand, you can't fight him he make you fight his fight when he don't get tired, he continue to come forward, he can fight on the inside, And then, I mean, on the outside, like I said, his reach. It ain't just so it's a lot easier said than done. We're not used to seeing somebody that can generate, that have long arms like that, that's that tall, and can generate the power that he does on the inside. Most dudes that's that long, you know what I'm saying, you want to fight them on the inside. So you telling Lubin, oh, he needs to stay on the outside and pick him apart. That's hard to do when you got somebody that got a fucking battery in their back and that battery ain't gonna die out. And they just keep coming forward, and they making you fight on the inside. Right. So it's a whole different story. All these dudes ain't never been in the ring before. They got all the answers, but you know, it's a lot more complicated than that. And yeah, man, I've never really seen Fundora generate that much power like he was doing last night. And yeah, Lubin was getting hit with a whole lot of uppercuts, but man, the power that he was generating from the inside, as long as he is, who we ever seen do that? We haven't never seen nobody generate power like that with the length that he has. You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it, and I'm definitely looking forward to your show tomorrow. Tomorrow at about noon PST. Feel free to check out Everything Boxing, man. And I'm always going to have an asterisk by this fight because there was no drug testing, and fighters got to demand when you want a main event. When you want a main event on a major network, there's money for testing, and I think there should have been testing. If a guy said he ain't had testing his last 2 fights, and they're close together, they're 4 months apart, only God knows what he's doing.
Right.
2 camps, 2 full camps, and no drug testing. And his promoter knows, Samson knows there's not going to be drug testing. He knows he's in charge of the fight.
Right. No disrespect. Batman boxing talk. See, y'all have to listen. Fred, what are we talking about? We said we've never seen a guy with that type of length, right? 6'7" generate power like that. Batman boxing says Tyson generated that kind of power in fighting. Yeah, bro. Tyson, we talking about. Come on, man. We've never seen nobody that tall, that long generate that type of power on the inside like that. And it's scary if he can continue doing that.
Yeah, it is scary. But he's
that's a matchup nightmare for anybody.
Yeah, he's training with no rules, man. His promoter sets the budget for the fights. He said on the Boxing Voice today.
Tyson Fury, okay.
Yeah, he said on the Boxing Voice today, we're not signing Terrence Crawford. We're not signing him. There's no way. He's not worth it. So that means he has a level. Right. He has some power. He has influence on what the hell is going on over there. And when your promoter knows what's going on, they're like, oh, it ain't gonna be no drug test. I'm paying for it. How the hell is it gonna be drug testing when I'm paying for it? No drug. We don't want it. So do what y'all need to do, and we'll announce your opponent 6 weeks before the fight.
It's ridiculous at this level, right? This high stage in boxing, there's no drug testing.
Right.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, I know you've been talking about it for a long time. I've been talking about it for a long time, and I explain to people how that shit works on my show. Mm-hmm. But, you know, man, it's ridiculous that we got to talk about this in 2022. It's ridiculous we still got to talk about this.
You're right. When you make it that plain and that simple, you're right. Why are we talking about no drug testing on a Showtime PBC card?
It's crazy, man.
Because guess what? Guess what? If that was, remember the stir that Bob Arum had when they did drug test and he didn't want it out and Mike Coppinger leaked it. It was, man, they cheating. Hell is about to freeze over. And I had Bob on that Sunday and I challenged him on that shit. Bob, what are you doing? I even unsubscribed to ESPN Plus. I haven't got it since. But and that's the problem, man. I think we as fans got to have a level of integrity where it's consistent. Not say, oh, it's cool, we don't have to do the same thing over here, but they can get away with it over there. I think it's just awful that there's no drug testing on a Showtime main event Saturday night. It makes no sense.
Right. And like you said, I mean, now that we know it was no drug testing, you can say whatever you want. Can't nobody debunk you because it wasn't no drug testing. We'll never know.
Right.
And we shouldn't even be having this issue. All fights should be having drug testing. I understand, you know, the lower level fights, they don't have enough money to have extensive drug testing like that. But at this level, it's no excuse not to have drug testing at this level.
Yeah.
And these fighters, you know, we could talk about it, but these fighters, they got to stand up and take a stand. I'm not getting in the ring. I'm not fighting unless it's full blood and urine testing throughout. And if they all came together and did that, then we will see a change. But we know why they're not all willing to come together and do that.
Yeah.
Because everybody ain't on the same playing field.
Everybody on the same playing field. But because Lubin is not everybody's favorite fighter. You get what I'm saying? I don't know Lubin.
Lubin should have never took that fight, though. If you know, Lubin should have never took that fight with no drug testing. You got to do what Floyd. I mean, Floyd, hey, people don't want to give Floyd his credit for standing up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking shit about Floyd. Oh, he think he this and he think he that. But that's one thing I got to say about Floyd. People know how I feel about Floyd outside of the ring, you know. But one thing I got to say about Floyd is he is the first one that said, I'm not getting in the ring with nobody unless there's extensive blood and urine testing. Why didn't everybody else come behind him and demand that? And so that's the problem. Yeah. I mean, we could talk about it as fans, and bring it to light, but until these fighters step up and all come together and do something about it, it's not going to change. It's been like this for how long now? Forever.
I'm with you on it, man. It's like you said, in 2022, it shouldn't be a conversation about a main event on Showtime, ESPN, DAZN. All those main events should be covered with testing. And that's just what I believe, man. And honestly, the bill shouldn't be on the fighters. It should be the network. It should be the sanctioning bodies. They just show up. They just show up and just collect the check. They have no financial accountabilities. So
man.
It's not expensive when you're a main event on a Saturday night. It's not expensive. Trust me. It's not. The money they're making, it's not expensive. The money that the network's gonna make from new subscribers and name cachet, people tweeting about it, and it's not $40,000 is a drop in the bucket to Showtime. Is a drop in the bucket.
Right.
How many people retweeted this shit? Showtime just got bigger, you know. So it's a drop in the bucket. So
one thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
friend,
I'm done. I'm done, dog. Go ahead.
One thing I want to say before I get up out of here is shout out to Caleb Plant for standing on his square, win, lose, or draw. Remember, Caleb Plant was like, I'm not going into that fight with only 5 weeks of drug testing. Nope, I'm not doing it. And shout out to Caleb Plant. You know, we need more Caleb Plants in the game. and you know, hey, that's my, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that, Fred.
Thank you.
I'm gonna jump back in the chat.
I appreciate you. All right. Send my regards to the family.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right.
Batman, what's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
What'd I tell you the other night?
Repeat it.
I know what you said. It was a setup fight.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
I thought it was a setup fight. Now I don't think Fundora was juicing, but I did think that it was a setup fight, man. Like I told you, Fundora had 4 or 5 times, Lubin once a year. And but like I said, I thought Fundora was really good, man. And his motor, it's always been that way. You know what I'm saying? Like from the fights that I've seen, he always one of those fighters that's constantly applying pressure. And Lubin is one of those fighters that like to, pick his shots and be slick. And Fundora, wasn't letting him do that. I don't know, Fred. I don't know if I think he was juicing, man.
Sure.
I don't know if I do, because it's one of those things. If Lubin won, are we having the same conversation?
Good point.
Because if you look at the scorecards, they had Lubin winning, and I couldn't see Lubin winning the fight.
I didn't know who was winning that fight. I would have gathered that Lubin probably was down one round. I don't know. I don't know what the scorecard said. I'll be honest. I was lost. I was just enthralled into the fight. I thought it was a hell of a fight.
Excellent fight.
I rarely score fights, man, because I rarely do it, and I'm just elated that Lubin's gonna be okay. Because
I was worried, man. I was worried because and I understand why. I know a lot of people saying, Kevin should have stopped the fight earlier, but the man just got a knockdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, who knows? Maybe he can go out here this 8th round and close the show. So I don't have a problem with him stopping it when he did. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, people always gonna have, this person should have did this or that. Hindsight is always 20/20. So
right.
But yeah, Lubin was up on all the judges' scorecards. So I don't know if I can go with that, man. I just think Slim can really fight, and at 7'6", it's gonna be hard to beat the motherfucker because he got a chin too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said on my prediction, Fred. I thought Lubin has been on the hottest trail back since his loss to Charlo at that division. I thought he was the hottest fighter. But also in those fights, I saw like him getting tired. I saw him getting clipped and getting stanky leg. And like I said, I just thought that down the stretch, that Fundora would stop him. And it's crazy, Fred, because Tony Harrison is my favorite fighter at 154. But I think the same thing will happen because Tony Harrison's gas tank. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I think he cheated or was juicing. I just think the motherfucker good, man. And I think people underestimating him because he looked like fucking Clark Kent outside the ring, and then he go in that fucking phone booth and transform and come out like damn Superman. But is it drug testing for Earl's fight next week?
I got to get confirmation. I'll get confirmation on that tomorrow. But I didn't see it on the website, and the phone calls I made, they said no. But I'm gonna get confirmation this week.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I like I said, as much as I fuck with Lubin, man, and I felt bad for him, and I was like, damn, and the man face don't. It's almost like the Barrios fight with Thurman, where his face beat the fuck up. So it's like, damn, do we say was Thurman juicing? was Thurman on the juice?
I mean, there's different levels. What's the guy? Lubin's face is different.
Yeah, Lubin shit was beat up,
Different.
I don't know, Fred, man. I think we gotta give Fundora credit, man, and also Lubin, because he wasn't gonna quit, and I can respect that because I gave Chris Colbert a whole lot of shit for what he did in his fight. So I definitely respect Lubin, the utmost, because he could have bowed out. He could have, tried to run, pull some bullshit, but he didn't. So he definitely get respect. What's your other topic for tonight? I thought I saw something else on the.
No, that's it. That's all we talking about.
That's it. But somebody said Spence got Victor Conte. Well, yeah. I thought I heard something about Spence.
Yeah, I heard that he called him a what do you call him?
Was a clown or some shit?
Oh, and not an informant, but a snitch.
Mm, yeah. Well, shit, that was my 2 cents, Fred. Y'all go
Oh,
ahead
I
and get
appreciate you, man.
back in the chat. Appreciate you,
All
man.
right.
Always.
Oh, that's love, dog. That's love.
Yep. Kyle, what's up, brother?
You hear me?
And let me say this: I would have complained about the drug testing regardless, because I told you guys last Monday that there was no drug testing, and boxing needs drug testing. It's no way around it. We need drug testing. But go ahead, man. What's up?
Yeah, they do need real drug testing too. Man, I don't know if it was Erickson Lubin just standing there taking them uppercuts, or did dude really? I don't know, man. It just, if you look at his last fight and then you look at this fight and you look at his previous fights, he's good. We talked about he's good. He's a good fighter, but it's a mixture of the both, man. I don't know. You want to say that bruh is juicing or you don't, but Erickson Lubin didn't do what he was supposed to do. Numero uno. If what you doing isn't working and your coach tell you to do something and you don't do it and you continue to get uppercut, your face is gonna look like that, Fred. You on the ropes, leaning on the ropes, trying to get into a pissing contest with this man. When if you just take a few steps back, you can outbox the guy. No matter how long he is, no matter how much he coming forward, if you use your athleticism, you could have beat him. Because the one time he used his athleticism, he dropped him. So, man, that wasn't an Erickson Lubin fight that I was used to seeing. If he'd have fought him like he fought Rosario, boxed, came in a little bit, did some walking forward, moved around, like, dog, he was showing what he was doing. And he could have got dude a lot more, like, with cleaner shots, but he was trying to do this Mexican style bullshit that me and you always tell these niggas not to do. Quit trying that Mexican shit. You ain't got to do that. Just outbox the guy.
Hold that thought. Sean says if gloves were loaded, then the Lubin coach failed him. I say if the gloves are loaded, they know how to get them loaded. You know what I'm saying? Like it's they know what they're doing. They're experts at it, you know. And the fact that he didn't take his left hand off is ridiculous. I'll get you in a second, Max. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
Wait, Kyle. So you say he took one glove off and left the other one on? That's a glove gate number 2 all over again. This nigga Fred can start the damn.
No, it's not that I'm starting it, but I mean I have the right to ask questions.
Yeah.
Because if something is out of order, then you have a right to question it. If you pick up your child every day at 2:30 for 2 years and you show up at 3:15 one day, something happened. What happened, Dad? No drug testing, and he wouldn't. And he's doing a Showtime interview with the glove on. Nobody does interviews with gloves on TV because the commission's job is to, as soon as the fight is over, take the gloves. That's their first job. That's their job. Take the gloves. Give me the other one. You know, that's what we see on camera. And we didn't see that. And that's weird to me. You know, like I'm telling you, as soon as the fight is over, they do that. And I've never seen on TV, I don't think I've seen a fighter. It's going to be years before we see that again on a major network in a major city on a major platform. Fighters do interviews with gloves on. We won't see that again for another 2 years, probably 3 years. You know what I mean? So I that's weird to me. That is weird to me. And listen, I was a professional cheater in college. I was gonna cheat whether the teacher was there, the assistant was there. So all that shit goes out the window, man. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, he should have watched. Oh, she should have watched. They know what they doing. Trust me. And that's just it. Yes, go ahead.
The only pushback I have with the gloves being loaded is he didn't knock him out though. You get what I'm saying? Like he only knocked him down once.
And neither was Cotto. He wasn't knocked out. But anyways, I'm gonna bring Max in because I know Max want to respond to that. Go ahead, Max.
What's up, man? Yo, I just watched everything this morning, man. I was at an E40 Too Short concert this weekend, man. Hey, you know, bro. My fucking thighs, bro, from dropping doing the birds like a million squats, bro. I'm hurting, but I caught up on all the fights this morning when I woke up, and good fight.
Great weekend, huh?
Oh, great weekend of fighting. Great weekend of fighting all around. I mean, I'll start off with the least important shit, but I mean, Ryan Garcia looked pretty fucking good. That dude was probably made to look good for it, but he looked fast, man. That's the one thing his hand speed is there. As far as him standing upright and shit, he leaves himself open, but that's that. But that you know, I was talking shit about the Lubin Fundora, like as far as it being looked upon as this great fight. It was a great fight, but I still feel like it was a great fight between two B-level opponents. Like I don't see either one of them being on that elite status of like these other fighters we talk about, like the Charlos or, you know, Buds and Spence and shit like that. They're about one notch underneath. But I don't know, the glove thing though. I feel what you're saying on that shit, Fred. There was a fight, and I for the life of me I cannot recall, but it was toward the end of last year, or beginning of this year, where the fighter didn't take his gloves off either the whole time. I forgot what fighter it was or what fight it was. But I remember that being unusual to me too, because I'm like, who the fuck keeps their gloves on the whole, like all the way to the back, till they go all the way to the back? That just it is pretty fishy, unless maybe I mean I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind why you would. Even just the awkwardness of it. If you're in an interview, you're trying to grab something. Oh yeah, hold on. Maybe in the moment you're not quite thinking about it. Maybe you're just so happy you won. But at some point, 10, 15 minutes after, you're gonna take the bitches off.
That's their job, to take the gloves. To check it. That's, dude, I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing. I've been in hundreds of not part of teams, but you know, like not on HBO and Showtime, but like at these local shows and shit, right? Man, I mean, like the commission is right there. When you go to these small shows, I know we fall in love with TV and shit. Go to these small shows. They got the same responsibilities. And I'm literally right there, you know, right there. As soon as the fight is over, take it. They do what they do with it. And they go put their hand up, and they do what they do. And they respect the judges, and they walk off into the sunset. That made no sense to me. Lubin's face and him not taking his gloves off makes no sense to me. And the fact that there was no testing, I can question that. I questioned it all last week. Why was there no drug test? I questioned it every day last week. Every day.
Right.
My last point. There you go. But because it's not Tank Davis, Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, even the Charlos, or whoever else it might be, someone else. So people aren't going to ask these questions. At least this question should be asked. Why was there no drug testing on a main platform, on a major network, on a major promotion?
WBC, aren't they supposed to be notorious for doing the clean testing? Don't they say that the clean fighter program? So why?
Someone got to pay them. Where the money? Listen, the amount of influence, the amount of market penetration that Showtime had last night because of the results of this fight is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? This is going to help pay-per-views. This fight, they're going to re-show this fight today at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and it comes again on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. right? Tuesday or something. And then, man, it's going to easily, they got 20, 30,000, maybe 40,000 pay-per-views from this fight for next weekend. I would say 20,000 just to be safe. For sure. People got back excited again. This is an exciting, if you don't care about, if you're just a fan, you're going to find a way to pay for Errol Spence fight next week. You know, people here are basically here to say I'm wrong or I'm right, and they're very interested into the whole scheme of boxing. But for the Showtime should have put up the $40,000 for the fight. You know, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket to the market penetration that they're going to get because of this. And I've been on this since last week. I had no dog in the race. You know, Erickson Lubin has done an interview on this show. Sampson has done an interview on this show. Coach Cunningham has been on the show. So I don't have like this bias towards like, I just said the shit needs to be fair. If there's no drug testing, we don't know. And if the guy says, I haven't been drug tested in the last 2 fights, and his promoter is sitting across from him, who is the house promoter of PBC, he knows he's not getting drug tested because the money's coming out of his pocket. That's all y'all, man.
Nah, I mean, like I said last week, and actually, it's kind of funny, but the very first time I ever called on the phone into your show was about the drug testing. That was like 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So, and like I said, I don't see how just as a organization that it's not mandatory. Like, especially in combat sports, like by law, by federal law, it should be mandatory. If the feds are gonna get involved in fucking baseball, then how are you not getting involved where 2 dudes are beating the shit out of each other, and you like how you gonna want to clean that up? Like, that should be the first place you look. Any physical sport like that, it should be a federal law.
My only pushback, right? I know we keep saying no drug testing, no drug testing, no drug testing, but why didn't Erickson Lubin push for it? He was the A side. Why didn't he push for the drug testing? People, this is the thing. This is the
might be on some shit himself.
Listen, or people, they get too cocky or too prideful, or what else word can you use?
Like Keith Thurman.
You know what I'm saying? Where they just think that, yeah, well, it's like, nigga, I got this. Confident. He's like, he's overly confident in his skills. Like, oh, nigga, I don't give a fuck what he do. He can stick 10 needles in his ass. I'm still gonna knock him the fuck out. So that could have been a thing too. You know, you get what I'm saying? So I just want to know, why didn't he push for the drug test, right? Because how could we put our capes on and say, hey, there should have been drug testing if the guy that got in the ring with this motherfucker was like, hey, man, I'm finna beat his ass. I don't give a fuck what we doing. And I have a problem more. I don't have a problem with Sebastian Fundora not being drug tested for the simple fact that the WBC is supposed to do it. So if
tested in over a year, Kyle, you're making valid points. I'm not taking on you. You're definitely making valid points. The man admitted, I haven't been tested in my last 2 fights. His promoter is the house promoter. He said on this is how much power he has. He said Terrence Crawford is not signing with PBC at all. So he speaks for Al Heyman. It's how much percentage power does he have? Excuse me. You know, so the point I'm making is
Ugas, is he Sampson's?
No, he's Louis DeCoupis. Is it Louis DeCoupis or Sampson? They're going to be in main events for the next 2 years of PBC. That's it. You're only getting Sampson and Louis DeCoupis. But Sampson knows there was no drug testing. So if no drug testing is following this kid around, I mean, it's just a guess. It's just a guess on my part.
But couldn't that be said for majority of fighters in boxing? Is there majority of them ain't getting drug tested? Even the top of the top ain't getting drug tested. Like unless they're demanding in their contract, and most likely they got to pay for that shit somehow, which means they get less of a purse. So it's like it's a business decision sometimes, you know, because that shit's expensive to have like a consistent drug testing, not just the one once a month, like the random pop up at your house 3 a.m. shit. Yeah. That's just expensive.
Yeah. They even did it to Jamel his last fight. They did it the same thing to Jamel. Like it's preposterous. We all jumped out the window for Jamel for a whole week. Everybody was talking about no testing, because he's somebody's favorite fighter that has a platform. Lubin is not my favorite fighter. Oscar Rivas, I've never even met the guy. The man don't speak English. I went all the way to Arlington, Texas to interview Eddie Hearn about that shit. Don't even know the man. I've only interviewed Oscar Valdez once or twice. I unsubscribed my ESPN Plus. This ain't about Al Heyman and him being black. This is about just what I believe. And the fact that Lubin looks like that increases my speculation. The fact that he did an interview with one glove on increases my speculation. That's just what I believe. And I think it's fair for me to have speculation because it's out of order. Things are out of order. If you come home at 9:30 and you come home and you used to come home at 7:30, your girl gonna look at you like,
fuck you been at?
Yeah, your food's cold. You know?
I mean, they were probably both on this shit. I mean, if you're Lubin and you go into it knowing there's no drug testing, and you see this motherfucker's damn near 7 foot tall. I mean, because
you don't know. But here's the catch, though: if you're not on the promoter side, you don't know if there's going to be drug testing.
Well, when you sign the contract, you know.
No, but we don't know if they're going to implement it because I'm not choosing sides. I'm just letting you know what I'm saying. Fundora is on the promoter side of the fight. Lubin is not on the promoter side of the fight. So the promoter knows if it's going to be drug testing or not. The other fighters going through camp like, I don't know if they're doing drug testing. I don't know. So it leaves the person in the limbo who is the opponent. Lubin was the favorite last night, but he was still the opponent.
So you're saying like because whoever's on the promotion side has a heads up to start their cycle or know that they can because they know in the end there won't be testing, where the challenger has to wait until he gets the contract and then be like, okay, there is or isn't, and then he can proceed.
It's like last year. Remember last September when they were promoting, when they were negotiating Plant and Canelo, and everybody said negotiations off. Do you remember what I said that night? Do y'all remember? I said the negotiations ain't off. He got to get off his cycle so he can get tested. 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, the deal is done.
And the main push was the drug testing shit from camps. From Plant's camp.
That's what I believe it was.
That's what he said. That's what Plant said. That was what was kind of getting hung up on, was how far out they were going to be testing. You know, but that's what I'm saying. Like the sport needs to get an overhaul where it's like, if you are an active fighter, regardless of IBF or anywhere you fight, you're getting tested. That's it. You're pretty much how the UFC does it. You can only fight one time a year, but as long as you're an employee of the UFC and you are in that, you have to get tested. Like around the clock, whether you have a fight or not, whether you're injured or not, whether you're taking a break and saying I'm going on vacation.
And do they come to you and test?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You get a nice jacket too.
You get a nice jacket. What do you mean?
Like if you do a certain amount of clean tests, they give you a Letterman jacket saying that like they give you a clean test jacket.
Oh, the UFC do?
Yes, a jacket being clean.
And who do they test with?
Vada.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, USADA. Sorry, I'm sorry, USADA. Yeah, USADA.
Look at me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm MMA'd up right now. You understand?
Hey, look at that. I see you, Kyle. I know you happy about Aljo last night.
Like I told you would. Did I tell you that?
You did. You said it. You said it. You said
I told you.
You got that.
Great black fighters can't lose to other ethnicities, man. I'm sorry.
Come on now.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't.
I mean, like I'm saying, you think about the top, like the top. You take our best versus they best.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. If Africa is truly the motherland, then we're all Africans. So
here you go, man.
Hey, like I said, all these motherfucking fighters are on steroids unless they're getting tested. I'm just gonna assume that shit. Whether it's not steroids, it could just be EPOs too, just to help them lose weight and make the cut. You know, there might be dudes that aren't necessarily juicing for strength and shit because they're already big, so they're trying to get down. Such as Fundora probably do something on that along the lines of that, where Lubin would do something, or you might need a little more pop. So all these dudes just get mixed cocktails of shit if they're not getting tested. Because if you know you're not, even if you can't get the best psych or the best shit, even if your fight is 4 weeks out, but you sign no drug testing, you can still find something to help you in that time period. Like, there's always something. These motherfuckers are professional athletes with the best of the best at their fingertips. Like, they can get anything they want. In addition, they could do the Barry Bonds route where, hey, he's still a GOAT in my book and never tested dirty. But he was so ahead on his time on cheating, he was getting drugs before they were illegal. So he was trying steroids that technically weren't banned yet about 3-4 years before the testers caught up to him. So they need to just make it.
Who was that?
Barry Bonds.
Oh, okay.
Barry Bonds. Yeah.
Hey,
But,
the contact nigga was the nigga helping him, right?
yeah. That's why that snack shit's kind of weird to me. I'm like, how was he able to make a supplement shit? The motherfucker got popped for one of the biggest steroid scandals in U.S. history.
Because he had to fly right after that.
Obviously, he knows his shit, so.
Hey, listen, that motherfucker said, "You know what, man? I almost went to prison and got my booty hole snatched. Let me start fucking with these. Let me start making everything clean, huh?"
Hey, what about I think Tony Harrison looked good too. I don't think anyone really discussed that. I think he looked great that last fight.
You said he looked good?
Great. I think he looked great.
That's another word to start with a G. Great. Nigga, he looked great last
night. Like, yeah, he looked great last night. Yeah, it was a great performance. I think he slid his name right back in the mix with all that shit. You know, and maybe that Charles shit kind of looked kind of fluky. I know he's going through some shit personally, but these motherfuckers making statements now. 154 looking like it's about to be all shook up again after this undisputed thing gets settled.
Tony Harrison, he added to his camp.
Oh, he added people to his trainers and shit to his camp?
Yep.
My
Look who
guy.
it is, the juggernaut.
Sir, I'm gonna see you in the boxing section tonight, right?
Yes, sir. We live in 45, goddamn.
Yeah, because me and you we got a couple things you and I got to discuss about that hype job, Hamzat Chimaev.
No, hell no.
We also gonna put some respect on Aljamain Sterling's name, man. So we gonna talk about it in the boxing section tonight. I see you then. I ain't gonna take over the show with it. Now, appreciate you for letting me back on, Fred.
Oh, easy.
We gonna see you,
y'all. Hey, Tuesday. Hey, listen. Tuesday. We got one of the best YouTube influencers on a boxing session Tuesday night. All right, look out for the creator of Checks and Balances, 9 Wives, and yours truly, the boxing section, aka the barbershop conversations. We got Big Fred, S. Hawthorne in the motherfucking house on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Y'all want to come cuss him out? Feel free to stop by the boxing section. You understand? If you want to cuss him out or debate with him about the Nation of Islam, feel free to come to the boxing section. He will be there to answer all questions. Y'all know Fred don't duck no smoke. He's gonna have his orange juice. He's gonna have his pistachios ready to go. All right. So if y'all want that work, he gonna give it to you, man. Tuesday night on the boxing section, we got the greatest influencer in his boxing YouTube, the most controversial You know what I'm saying? The most business savvy influencer on YouTube. And he is my boss, aka the boss of the Yes Man, Kyle Davis. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be fun. Yeah, man. Where were we? Appreciate that. I think I need to save that
I give out the
introduction.
best intros, man. I think
You got that wrestling in you. Still got that wrestling in you. So yeah,
Oh, man, you know it.
we're going over to the boxing section. But
Oh, speaking of, there you go, Kyle. There you go, Kyle.
Hey.
You feel me? Yes, sir.
Hey, Fred wrestler of all time.
Huh?
Favorite wrestler of all time.
I was a Hart Brothers guy. I was a Hart brother.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. Who you got, Max?
Oh, my GOAT, Ultimate Warrior.
Only Chinese duck sauce, man.
And then Stone Cold. Stone Cold right there, but Ultimate Warrior from
Stone
a kid.
Cold and the Rocker, like.
I used to love the Hart Brothers. Jim Anvil and Jim Neidhart. I used to love them guys.
I thought you were going to say Junkyard Dog for sure. I thought that was coming.
and NWO, I like the Four Horsemen, NWA. It was called, what was it called when I was a kid? Not NWO. It was called NWA.
Yeah, you got it. You had it right.
NWA. Yeah, for
NWA.
sure. 10 Talk.
Yeah.
DM me. Let's get that done. 10 Talk. Let's get it done. I thank you for offering your platform. Let's get it done. The trailer.
I'm gonna slide out. Let someone else get up in here. I'll focus y'all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. I'll be in the boxing section.
Tonight, you gotta get that work, man.
I'm there. I'm about to do some push-ups right now just to make sure my shit going. You feel me? Like, man, hey, after those concerts last night, man, I'm back, bro. I feel like I'm in 07 again, man. I'm out here. So, hey, I'm ready tonight.
I'm putting this in my bag. I'll be in Dallas this weekend, Kev. I'm putting this in my travel bag. This gonna be the first thing I put in my travel bag. I'll be in Dallas. We gotta link up. You can have this damn thing. So I can get this off my head.
You going to Dallas when you leaving Friday?
I'm probably gonna try to do a red-eye flight. Get there early morning.
Early Saturday?
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. Let's go Earl. It's Earl week this week, man. But this conversation ain't gonna die. It's gonna die sooner than others because Lubin is not the most popular fighter. Oscar Rivas wasn't the most popular fighter. That whatever that guy's name that I went to bat for, I've never even met the guy. I've never met Oscar Rivas and that opponent that fought on ESPN. What's his name? Don't even know his name. Against Oscar Valdez.
Oh, you talking about when they did that? Oh, you talking about the
Ice-T thing.
What's my name, man? Start with an R.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah. And another thing too. Can someone send me that clip after the fight? Because I don't have Showtime. So I told you I haven't had Showtime since Paulie Malignaggi. So can someone not screenshot it? Can you record it and send it to my DM? I want to see that whole exchange after the fight. I genuinely want to see it because I watched it to see, but I want to see that whole exchange after the fight. As it pertains to them taking his glove off, because it should be in the background of them moving and shaking and all that good stuff because they don't have commercials. Robinson Concepcion. Yeah, I don't even know the guy. And I yelled at Bob for that. No, I wouldn't say yell, but I asked, never met Oscar Rivas.
Well, he had the meat and the tacos. The tacos came back positive. Yeah. He had the tea. He had some different spices we didn't know about, but it's the levels in Mexico.
It's about money. Oh, man. So go somewhere else, Boxing Mac. You got hundreds of channels, man.
What'd he say?
Oh, no. He said he won't see me the same. I'm saying, hey, you're more than welcome to click another. As you know what's a great channel to go visit? Champside. Champside is a great channel to go visit. Try them. And if you don't, and once you like them, go to Blue Blood Sports TV. You'll like them too. You know what I mean? And then if not, go to the boxing section. You know, you got tons of options out in this motherfucker.
You ain't gonna like the box section, man. It's the same shit.
Man, you got tons of options, man. You know what I'm saying? Please. No, I'm not the guy to say, please don't leave. I'm like, leave, nigga. Yeah, man. But you had a good weekend, though. You had a good weekend,
man, dude. Boxing was on full display last
yeah,
night.
and that's why I'm happy. Like, if it wasn't for this, I thought PBC put on a very good card. And we got the appetizer with what's the guy's name? Triple G. That was early that morning. I didn't watch the fight. I just watched people's titles. I watched some fight reviews. I watched Blue Blood's fight review. I think I watched Boxing Eagles and Dante's Boxing Nation reviews, and I didn't watch the fight. But the fact that we had that lead in got us excited for that night, you know. And I knew that they were on ESPN Plus. I didn't watch.
Shout out Michaela Mayer.
I didn't watch. Did she knock the girl out?
She was close.
Oh,
that shit stopped it. That shit. Listen, Ryan Garcia had the most he had the least exciting event. Yes. Listen, man. Say what you want about women's boxing, man. Them girls be throwing them motherfucking hands. They don't do no clinching. They be throwing them fucking hands, dog. They ain't got time to be holding on to no fucking body, dog. They be throwing them fucking hands.
Yeah, I
don't even know why people thought that was gonna be a fight for them to watch.
I didn't
fucking
watch it.
Ryan Garcia. I mean, I'm not excited.
I was stuck on. What was on TV before that? Because I was stuck watching something before that, and I can't think of it right now. But there was something. Mayer and Baumgarten. I definitely want to see that, and I definitely want to see that.
It ain't gonna happen, no, Fred.
No, it ain't gonna happen. No, especially with Bob and Eddie. No, it ain't happening. You know, she signed to him too now, right? So
I don't know why she signed with Eddie Hearn. I don't know what the hell people be doing. Why do people do that, Fred? Everything is on this side, and they say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go over here.
Money. And I don't know. I ain't celebrated a fighter signing in such a long time. You know what I mean? Because I know how the story goes. We can't get the fights. We complain. Oh, you need to go over that promoter. You need to go to that promoter, man. So I just sit back and I was like, I know what's gonna happen in a year, in 2 years, because that's just the way it goes.
Where goes the love train?
I tell you what, I was listening. I figured out why I grew up the Mays and Frank Beverly. I figured it out this weekend. I took my kids to see I took Lincoln and Kennedy to see Sonic 2, right? And I was stuck on Happy Feeling. And I realized the reason why is because there's no cursing in it, and it makes you feel good. So when you have young kids, that's why our parents and grandparents and uncles played Mays featuring Frank Beverly, because they could play the whole album through and not have to worry about anything. I realized that this weekend.
Think about this, Fred.
Uh-huh.
As raunchy and ghetto as Bobby Womack, if you think you're lonely now, not one cuss word.
Chocolatito's in the building. I'll tell you the story about me. It's not a story, but our flight was canceled one time, and we were stuck overnight at the airport together. Me, myself, Chocolatito, and his manager.
How'd that go?
I mean, he don't speak English, so I just waved down. Oh man, I have no aspirations of getting on an airplane, dog. None. Zero. No desire.
Shit, I'm getting on one this weekend.
Yeah, safe travels, man. I definitely root for y'all to have safe travels.
I gotta call all the dogs, man. I need.
Yeah, y'all have a great time. Please have a great time. Please have a great time. Keon is gonna be there, man. Keon's is awesome.
Oh yeah, we're going to Papa Do's.
They're going to Papa Do's.
Oh yeah, okay. He said it's a nice restaurant that everybody goes to. He said it's kind of expensive.
It's like it's a good restaurant. And
you been there before?
No, I've never been. I don't think I have. No, because I always go to like. Hey, he's gone. Oh, there you go. No, I do want to go to stuff. Rudy's. I want to try their chicken, but I won't be there this weekend. I'll be watching though. Hey, Earl Spence is really fighting. Don't that seem like rare? It seems like an oddity. You know what I mean? Like it don't seem like normal. It seems like we're blessed to have him fighting per se, you know. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. Ugas coming. Ugas ain't laying down for shit. Nothing.
You better hope he can take them bad body work. Because Ramos, I think did Ramos drop him?
No, I haven't seen Ugas
like Ramos either dropped him or he almost dropped him or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Somebody tell us in the chat, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see if Lincoln and Kennedy want to go watch the fight, and we'll see, man. I appreciate you guys coming in here tonight, man. It says one of the best restaurants in Texas, Papa Do's. Yeah. It's a fancier version. Thank you. I was gonna say Sizzler when I was a kid. Papa Do's with an X. Gus Fried Chicken. Oh, you got to go to Gus's Fried Chicken and Rudy's Fried Chicken.
Well, listen, man. I'm not paying, so I'm just going where I'm just going where the Lord leads him. Hey, man.
It's a fancier version of Olive Garden, Papa Do's.
But he said, where he leads me, I will follow. Y'all know about that, y'all little heathens.
We going to Sizzler? Yeah, Sizzler has an A at the end.
We going Sizzler. We going Sizzler. Man, I don't know about that, man. That's one of the best movies ever, dog.
Who?
White Man Can't Jump.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, White Man Can't Jump?
Have I seen it? Yeah, it was filmed out here. I've seen that 100 times.
No, so you ain't like it?
Yeah, I like it, but that's not from that.
Yes, it is.
It is?
It is. Remember one of the first scenes when it was shooting. And Dwayne Wayne was like,
you know what I was thinking about? You know what I don't know why, because that tone reminds me of Delirious. You ain't got no ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So that's in my head. Fair. Yeah, you are. So that tone took me back to that space. So I'm thinking it was there. Yeah, it was Kadeem Hardison. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Yes. I was thinking about Delirious. He's like, you had the bell pepper sticking out of the hamburger. Hey, I wish we could watch that together. Damn, man, I wish YouTube would let us watch that together, because I know there's so many people that ain't watched it. Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing, man. You can't monetize shit with shit. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I can't even, a song that I own my fucking self, I can't even play it. Ain't that fucked up?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's my fucking song. I can't even play it because it's on somebody else's page.
Crazy. You can play it, you just can't monetize it.
That's what I'm saying. I need this money to pay. I need these ads. You know what I'm saying?
You dropped your ice cream. It's funny how that stained like my internal clock, like your tone, how that like took me back to 87 when I heard it, or 86. I don't know when I heard it, but somewhere in there. You ain't got no ice cream.
Oh, I should be in LA in about a week or so.
Oh, for what?
I'm picking up this car. Yeah, I'm not doing none of that extra. I'm picking shit up myself.
Oh, really? You gonna drive it back?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna get it towed, but I'm gonna do everything my fucking like hand in hand, like, you know what I'm saying? No fucking mix-ups this
Fair.
fucking time.
Raw and Delirious was a classic. But if we watch it now, niggas gonna be like, pause on the outfit. Pause on the outfit.
You gotta say pause on a lot of other shit too.
Yeah, facts. Big facts, man. You ready to get out of here, man? Hey, thank you guys for all y'all agree to disagree with me, man. I appreciate you, man. You guys are more than welcome to express yourself. Tomorrow, we probably gonna have an extension of this conversation and bringing Earl Spence to the forefront. And I got a whole bunch of Earl Spence gear, but it's I forgot. I forgot, man. Damn. It's not here. I got a whole bunch. I got like 3 shirts, 2 sweaters. It's not here though. So, anyways, man.
I don't know if I want to get fly or wear Earl Spence gear. I don't know yet.
You gotta wear Earl Spence gear, man. You got to. Gotta wear the big fish gear, man. You gotta.
I don't know, man. Because I want to be you're trying to, you know, I'm trying to be moving around, man. I'm trying to be fly on some real shit, man.
Well, be fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some fly shit, man.
Do what you feel. Have a great time. You know what I mean? And I anticipate that you will have a great time. And
sure.
just don't ask Leonard. Just don't ask Leonard. That will be for an interview.
I don't want nothing from that motherfucker.
Hey, is Tay going? Tay Jones?
I don't know. I think he's getting ready for a fight.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, shout out to Tay Jones.
I talked to him yesterday, but I ain't asked him.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully everything is great with him, man. Hopefully everything is great with y'all in y'all lives too, man. Hopefully y'all attaining shit that you've never attained before, and you're still working, you're still grinding. And
shout out to all you losers out there. Do better. In the words of the great philosopher, keep your foot on these niggas' necks, Fred. In the words of the great philosopher, DB Fredro. Play the song, Fred.
I said to you losers, man. That's funny.
You slackers.
Slackers. You slackers, man. I appreciate you, Yoba Bird, man. Keep it factual, man. Hey, how to get fired on your day off. Travis Birdman, Brother Cole, keep it factual. Cameron, what's up? Nathan, TTT Podcast, what's up, man? Yeah, man, if you have a platform, holla at me, man. I got to promote this film. So holla at me, man. Email me, DM me, call me, save this number, text me, and let's get it in, man, because I got to promote this film. For sure. I got some big meetings tomorrow. I got to interview tomorrow, and I'll have confirmation on I'm doing an event for the film. I'm fucking stalling out and shit.
It ain't 10 yet, man. What's the fuck going on with you?
Hey, I want to give checks and balances to my. I told you guys, right? I want to give it to my community. So I want to do a free event for the movie. So that's what I want to do. Devil is alive. It's gonna be a big event. I'm telling you the truth. In the community. So I'm excited about that. I'm 100. Sean Black. Batman. What's up, man? What's up, man? What it do? What it do? What it do? Travis, KB, man. What's up, KB? I know KB had a good time watching all that boxing. What's up, Mike? Appreciate you. Victoria, come back. Victoria, love is love. Come back. Boxing Mac. J.M. Ortega. Appreciate you, Adolfo. Peoples Hernandez, you know it's love. Champion Hart, you in here?
Peoples Hernandez. Hey, he been called out too, man. He been called out, Fred.
Who?
They want to do a cook-off with the champ.
Who?
Q, man. Q said they want to do a cook-off, man.
Q said that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm with it. They got to cook this. How we going to taste it, though?
Go by looks.
We'll go by the. I'll win that shit if we go by looks. Shit. Pour that shit on. Rahman, appreciate you, man. Ramen. Abdur, appreciate you. Rodney Warrigal, thank you guys for coming in here tonight. Thank you guys. I appreciate you, man. Our show should be a little bit more live because we got more boxing, so people gonna be more engaged. You know, every week it's gonna pick up, and it's Earl Spence week too, man. So that's cool. Yeah, man. It is exciting, dog, when one of your favorite fighters are fighting, dog. It is. Yeah.
You know, the air got taken out of us last year, Fred.
It was a flat year. Like the second half, even though we had Wilder and Canelo, it still was flat the second half of last year. Even now, up until March, it's still been flat. This weekend was it was like the kickoff season. It was like week 1 of the NFL season. You know what I mean? We got a really good run, you know? Anyways, love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button and shit.